Hello and welcome to another edition of Dreaded TV. Today I'd like to discuss the escalating situation between Russia and the Americans. It seems that things have got rather bad of late and are getting worse. And the latest rumours is that Vladimir Putin, technically the current Russian Prime Minister, has given, his Kremlin has given a warning about a direct confrontation between American and Russian warships in the Black Sea. Dmitry Peskov, a spokesman for Vladimir Putin, Prime Minister, declared that Russia was taking measures of precaution against American and naval ships. Let's hope we don't see any direct confrontation in that. Well, let's put it this way, let's just hope none of us hope that happens. Because to me, that would be insanity. And I suspect it'll be the Americans that started, not the Russians. I'm no friend of Putin's government, but with regards to the current crisis, for instance in Georgia, in the South Ossetia region, Russia acted correctly in defending their population against ethnic cleansing committed by US-backed Georgian forces. So he was effectively correct. Russia was effectively correct in their actions. I'm not saying all their actions were perfect, but in the sense of going over there and protecting their own population, they were within their rights to do so. They have also recognised independence for two states, Kazakhstan and South Ossetia, which has upset all the West, acting like a bunch of lousy hypocrites, thinking that they're above everybody else and think they can run things. I mean, the neoconservative arrogance is breathtaking at the best of times, but this goes even beyond that. It almost seems they want a confrontation with Russia to try to provoke something. Unfortunately, neoconservatives in the United States are zealous, are fascistic in their approach. They like the idea of long, continuous wars to serve their friends in the global military-industrial complex, and it just seems, they love war. It's quite crazy, actually, in all honesty. It's getting worse. What I fear is going to escalate even more in the next couple of months. Something's got to give. There's been a build-up in the Black Sea between Russia and American-led NATO forces. There's also been a threat from the Kremlin that any kind of military action against their people in South Ossetia would be seen as a declaration of war. Effectively. It's getting worse. I think what we need to do, we need to hold back and start talking, all of us, because all this shouting and arguing is not getting anywhere and could lead to something far worse and something we really don't want to be facing. It is insane. It is the politics of insanity at the moment that is dominating the crisis in Georgia, South Ossetia, the Black Sea, in the Caucasus, effectively. When we need to really start thinking a bit more. And the EU's, what you've seen is the EU threatening to impose sanctions on Russia, like Russia's going to take any notice. Well, Russia's got your oil and gas, and Russia will probably turn around to Europe and say, well, if you do that, mate, we'll just cut off your gas and oil supply. Really, don't think these through. You expect intelligent people to be in charge of these things. But unfortunately, we are consistently let down by grandstanding little morons like Millipede, or Miliband, I mean. David Miliband, what a waste of space he is. His handling of the current crisis has been nothing short of disgraceful, quite frankly, sucking up to the Americans and not really having his own bloody mind. And the rest of Europe are just as bad. United in condemnation of what? Well, I'll tell you who I condemn. I condemn the actions of the Americans. I condemn the actions of the Jordan army, backed by the US. I condemn their actions of trying to provoke a crisis which could possibly escalate, not just in the region, but all over the world, and could start a world war situation, which is really what we should be striving to avoid, considering the main players in this future world war have long-range intercontinental ballistic missiles with nuclear warheads to play with. So I think we just sort of got to step back here and start talking some sense. All of us. The Americans, the Russians, everybody. Because I really do fear this situation is getting seriously out of control. Sadly. So let's all step back and start talking and being sensible about this whole thing before it escalates into something none of us really want to see. Until the next time on Dreaded TV, take care of yourselves. I hope you're all okay, and I'll see you soon.